Good morning. I did a little better. I gotta do a little better. What's good with y'all this morning? YouTube, Facebook, family, and friends. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Come on in to the assignment. Did you hear me? I said you might have to just come on into the assignment as we are. Yeah, it's a beautiful space to be. I'm not here by accident. I'm actually here on assignment. We tell every individual in the sound of my voice that playing it safe. Did you hear me? I say playing it safe gets you nowhere. Did you hear me? I say playing it safe. Actually taking the time and try to play it safe actually gets you nowhere. Can you see me here on Facebook? Facebook family and friends, how y'all feel this morning? Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Come on in. How y'all feel? You know what I'm saying? Come on in. How y'all doing this morning? Come on in, Facebook. Come on in, YouTube. I just stopped by here this morning, let y'all know what am I, 1 day away from my second year anniversary of speaking into the mind of the people. And then you know that at certain times in your life that the creator of all things will cause you to shift. And then it's a gear that has to be shifted into the new gear. And so at the same time, you know that you cannot remain in that old gear from last year. How about that? And so sometimes in this thing called life, you might have to get on the couch yourself. You feel me? And lay back on the couch of life and figure out your own soul salvation and figure out your own navigation and understanding and manipulation of all these things that has to be transpired in your life. And so I'm here this morning for no other reason. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. And of course, you know I'm on assignment. This morning, I sit here in my makeshift office. And sometimes in life, you're not going to have everything that you need every time that you need it. But people are standing on the sidelines of life, waiting on you to make it into your destiny, that you can help assist and bring them into the limelight, into the out of darkness, into the marvelous light as yourself. And so I'm here this morning for no other reason than to chime in and let y'all know all is well. I know I got a lot of individuals reaching out to me and calling and saying, hey, I haven't heard you speak in a while. I haven't heard your session in a minute. And I was like, nah, all is well. Nothing is going on. It's just the fact that the creator of all things will make you shift into a new gear, even if you desire not to at the moment. I think circumstances of life will cause you to shift and make a new shift and a new move, if you will. And so he'll end other previous moves and cause those other previous moves to be null and void. And then he'll move you into your new move, which is brightness and betterment and expansion and inclusion and it'll be a better move. And so sometimes it's telling you be obedient to what you feel as though is in your heart to do. And so this morning I came by here to tell every individual on the sound of my voice, playing it safe gets you nowhere. Did you hear me? I say trying to play it safe all the time actually gets you nowhere fast. And so he'll use situations, circumstances, financial collapses, tragedies. He'll use abandonment. He'll use detachment. He'll use whatever it is to get you into the mindset shifting that has to take place in your own life He would cause all those things to start transpiring in your life in order to get you where he wants you to be. And so I'm here to encourage every individual on the sound of my voice that actually is willing to move forward, not by force, but by choice. And so I came here this morning to tell you, move according to your spirit, move according to the most innermost being of your understanding. And when your chakras are in alignment and you are balanced and you are aware and you're walking in the alertness of it all, then you know that you have the power. You know that you have the power to do all things well and to do all things better. And so sometimes in this thing called life, he will cause you to shift. And there's a certain sound in the earth. There's a certain sound in the gear when it's time for you to shift. You'll hear that sound and you'll know, wait a minute, I cannot longer drag this same gear out. And so it's a certain gear and it's a certain sound that would transpire to cause you to move. And so you don't even have time to tell everybody, hey, look, this is what's happening in my life at this moment. He'll just make it be so. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm on assignment as usual. I know it's kind of dark, and I know this is my makeshift office right now at the moment, but I can tell you this, bigger and better is yet to come. I can tell you that. I say bigger and better is yet to come. All you have to do is keep waking up every morning. All you have to do is keep thriving, keep going forward, keep moving according to, saying, your innermost understanding. And when you get your innermost understanding, then no one external, no one outside of yourself can tell you anything differently. When you know for a fact it's time to move and it's time to go to the new level. It's time, and playing it safe, man. Did you hear me, sir? I say plan it safe. Hey, cousins, all the cousins in the earth. Did you hear me? I say playing it safe gets you nowhere. Did you hear what I said? And so some people want to play it safe and some people don't want to step out on faith. Some people have to have their whole entire itinerary set. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes the creator of all things don't give you everything you need all the time. He's not going to give you every single step of the way. He want to know that you will trust him enough in order to make that first step on your own, my brother. Did you hear me? I said, hey, sis, he want to know that you'll make that own step. He want to know that you'll step first. And then he'll make sure that all the steps, the not the previous steps, but the future steps, that your future steps will be ordered by him. But he want to know that you have the capacity by faith to move forward. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I know I haven't been on in a while. It's been a week. I took a week sabbatical to get my mind and my thoughts and my curriculum of life assessed. Sometimes you might have to lay back on the couch of life on your own and make your own assessments and your own evaluations. And then you move forward with everything else that you have to do. And so I'm here this morning telling you that playing it safe gets you nowhere. Sometimes in this thing called life, you're going to have to jump into the deep end of the pool. Even not knowing what the future holds, you still going to have to move forward in the future. We know who holds the future, even though we don't know what the future may hold. We know who holds the future. And so I'm here this morning, YouTube. Hey, YouTube, what's good with you? All right, YouTube is all well and good, my brother. How's it going, Facebook family and friends? It's all good and it's all well over here on this side of the spectrum. And so I'm just here this morning to tell somebody under the sound of my voice to move out, by faith and to do it by which you've been called to do it. And then once you have the ability to do it according to the power that worketh within you, then you will know how to move forward. And so let me cut this chakra music on so that way we can get ourselves all the way in a zone by which we know that will keep us all in the mindset as the shift happens. There's a shift that's happening in the atmosphere. Did you hear me? I see there's a shift that's happening in the atmosphere that we're all going to have to shift. We're all going to make this shift that it's going to happen. And so you're going to have to be prepared for the shift. You're going to have to start preparing your mind for the shift. There's a mental shift that has to happen first. There's a psychological shift that must transpire first before your body even make a food. You have to make a conscious decision in your mind first before you even allow your body to move. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, make the shift. Do the necessary work that's going to cause you to be better in the next 2025. We only got a few more months now, y'all. Listen, we're in the last quarter of the new year. Did you hear me? I said we're in the last quarter of the new year, and we're already embarking upon 2025, vastly approaching. And I'm here this morning to tell you to move forward and to prepare your mind and move your mind with an intentional perspective. Be intentional about your thoughts. Be intentional about your mindset shift. Be intentional about what you're working towards next. Make sure that you be intentional and you keep your next moves to the forefront of your membrane. So that way, when it's time to move, it's on the march, get set, ready. Did you hear me? I say on the march, get set, ready. Yeah, you're gonna have to be on ready, my brother. Hey sis, you're gonna have to be on ready. Did you hear me? I said, hey, you're gonna have to be on ready. Ooh-wee. And there's certain times in this thing called life, through life's curriculum, you're gonna have to be on ready. On the march, get set, ready, go. Did you hear me? On the march, get set, ready, go. You're gonna have to be on ready. And you're gonna have to prepare your mind and your hearts and your thoughts to be on go. Because sometimes in this thing called life, you don't have the opportunity to tell everything and everybody your moves. Sometimes you're gonna have to move in silence. Did you hear me? I say sometimes in this thing called life, you're gonna have to move in silence. You can't tell everybody everything. Some things you're gonna have to close your mouth, open your ears, open your eyes, move according to your spirit. Your innermost being will lead you according to where you know you need to be. And so I'm laying back here this morning on my own couch. Ooh-wee. And sometimes in this thing called life, the creator of all things will tell you to lay back on the couch of life and get your own mind right first. And then as you do your sabbatical and as you take time for yourself and do all the relaxation and all the meditations and all of the manipulations of your own thoughts and move your thoughts forward, then your body will catch up eventually to your thoughts. Because it all starts with a change of mind. It all starts with a change of heart. It all starts with a change in your walk towards greatness. And you cannot, I can tell you right now, playing it safe gets you nowhere. Did you hear me? I said playing it safe, ma'am. Ma'am, I know you want to play it safe. I know you need to know what your itinerary is. I know you need to know everything you're going to do at 9:01 a.m. I'll be at this place and I'll eat breakfast over here and I'll do lunch over there and I'll do dinner over here. And in between, you'll have it all mapped out. That's not the way life goes. Sometimes life will throw you curveballs. Sometimes life will throw you some high and low balls. And by the time it get to your plate, it's low. It started high, but it ended low. And so I'm telling you to bring your vibrations up higher. You're going to eventually have to raise your vibrations, raise your conscientiousness, raise your level of understanding and comprehensions in the earth. You're going to have to raise those higher in order to get to the new level by which the creator of all things has called you. And so at the same time, you're not going to be able to stay at that same level, ma'am. Hey, sir, cousins, you ain't going to be able to stay at that same level. Hey, nieces and nephews in the earth, I'm telling you right now, this unc, since y'all want to unk me in the earth right now, call me unc. You good? Yeah, I'm good, nephew. Nephew, I'm straight. Hey, all my nieces and nephews in the earth, I'm good. I promise you, I'm okay. And I stopped by here this morning to tell you playing it safe will get you nowhere. And so it's going to come a time in this thing called life where you're going to have to move out. You're going to have to move according to your innermost strength and your innermost power. Go from your core outward, because no matter what you do and no matter what people do around you, if they always trying to break you down, I can tell you this: go inward in order to be built up. Build yourself up from the inside out. Your riches and your wealth don't come from the outside in. Did you hear me? Ooh-wee. Ooh, I felt that when I say your riches and your wealth do not come from external stuff into your body. That's not how it goes. Your riches and your wealth starts from the inside out, sir. Amen. I said your riches, when you're rich and you're wealthy in thoughts and you're wealthy in your being and you're wealthy in your attributes, when you're wealthy in your comprehensions, when you're wealthy in your mindset shift, I can tell you this: it all starts from the inside out. So I could tell you, make sure that your inner work supersedes your outer work. Did you hear me? I say make sure your inner work supersedes your outer work, because your inner work is the real true value that you bring to the table. Is your inner work. You going to a job every day, you going to do your career every day. True enough, it helps pay the bills and it helps take care of the family and make sure that you take care. But I can tell you this: your inner work got to be the most predominant work in the earth. Your inner work, how you feel about yourself, what you see when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, what do you see, ma'am? Sir, do you see a winner? Do you see a success story? Have you been to the penitentiary? Have you came out and still became the best person that you could? Did you write your book? Did you create a narrative in the earth by which you are impactful? That you impact people's lives through doing hair or doing brows and that. Do you impact their lives, and while they're in your presence, are you speaking life into their existence? Are you speaking existence into their lives? Are you giving them what they need? Are you feeding them what they need? Or are you gonna get and lay back and get them what they want? Sometimes we gotta feed them what they need, man. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis, singing your thought-provoking specialist. Of course, y'all know I'm on assignment. I am your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor, YouTube. You know how we do it in YouTube. Facebook, family, and friends. What's good with y'all? Y'all better wake all the way up. Y'all better stand all the way up and be accounted. And I ain't talking about through no vote. You could do that. That's okay, and that's all well and good. It's a part of the construct in the earth. I'm talking about stand up and erect yourself internally. Make sure that your inner work supersedes your outer work. That's all I want you to do. And so I came by here this morning in my makeshift. Y'all know listen. I see people do their podcast. I see people do their podcast in the car. I done seen people do their podcast on the beach. I done seen people do their podcast all over this world. And so maybe this is my turn. Maybe this is my time. Maybe this is my season to take y'all on a journey. Maybe y'all don't have what it takes in order to step out on faith and move according to the power. And so I'm here this morning. Maybe I got to take y'all on this journey across this whole entire nation with me. How about that? How about I have to move according to how about I have the ability? And I know that I have the ability to move according to my spirit. Because when you're being led by your spirit, man, hey, sir, when you're being led by your spirit, hey, auntie and uncles, did you hear me? I say, when you're being led by your spirit, hey, nieces and nephews in the earth, listen at me. when you're being led by your spirit, sometimes you don't have the ability to tell everybody in your immediate circle how you're being led. Sometimes you're going to have to quiet your spirit and quiet your inner man and quiet yourself all the way down to the point that you can move according to your own power, according to your own awareness. And so I'm here this morning. Did you hear me? I know I haven't been on in a week. I took 1 week sabbatical just to re-strengthen, to re-establish, to re-quicken, and to focus, and to re-up on my strength and my health and my awareness and my being. And so I came by here this morning to tell you, playing it safe gets you nowhere. Did you hear me? I say playing it safe. It's okay to be trying to be safe and don't want to step too far left and don't want to step too far right. And I understand that because we know that there's landmines and roadside bombs and all kind of missiles coming if you step too far, especially as a black man in this earth. If you step, we walk out the door with targets on our chest. Every day a black man walk out the door, we have targets on our chest. And so we know that we got missiles coming at us. We got roadside bombs and landmines that if you step too far out of pocket, it can very well be the end of your life. And so at the same time, you know that as a 57-year-old man, I had to learn all these values and all these things that as time progressed, we don't know it all. All we know is what we know at the moment by which we know it. And so we got to grow as we go. Did you hear me? Sometimes in this thing called life, we got to grow as we go. You don't have the ability to grow up first and then tell, oh, I go later. No. That ain't how that go. Sometimes we're going to have to grow as we go. As the creator of all things move us out and say, go by faith. You better have enough power within yourself to know you're going to be okay no matter what happens. If you started, listen, if somebody take it all from you all at once right now, you should know how to get it all back. You could lose everything and take an L in this thing called life. You should know how to get your W's back. You should know how to do that on your own as an adult. I keep telling you, you can lose everything, you can lose all of it. If you got it one time before, you should know how to get it another time again. Did you hear me? I say, if you've gotten it, you done came up one time before, right? If you know how to get it, if you know how to go get it, I'm telling you right now, you should know how to do it again, to get it again. And so I'm here this morning. Did you hear me? I say, I'm here this morning. I'm going to tap all the way in, no matter what, no matter where I am, or no matter what's going on, I have the ability to tap in. Tap into your innermost understanding. Tap into your innermost knowledge. Tap into your innermost wisdom. Tap into your innermost acceptance. Accept what it is in your life and then move forward. Whatever it is, listen, all we have to do is change the mindset. We know that stumbling blocks is a part of this thing called life and life's curriculum. Stumbling blocks. We all have them. I'm telling you that just look at that same thing, that same stumbling block, and turn it into a stepping stone. Did you hear me? Ooh-wee. I say turn that same stumbling block that what some people might call a stumbling block. I'm telling you, ma'am, it might just be a springboard into your newness of it all. Use that same thing that might look like a stumbling block and turn it into a stepping stone. You have the power to do it. All I'm telling you, all you need is a mindset shift. Shift your thoughts and shift your understanding and shift your conscientiousness, shift your awareness, shift your alertness. Be aware of everything that you do every time you do it. Make sure that you walk consciously and cognitively aware of what's going on in the world. Did you hear me? And what's going on within yourself. And if you feel a certain way, I'm telling you right now, a feelings has actually saved my life. Did you hear me? I said when they came on the app that night to kill me, right? All I heard was the van door. And at that moment, that sound of the van door said move. And I moved and I'm here today. Did you hear me? So I'm trying to tell you that there's a sound in the earth, ma'am. Make sure you get all the wax out of your ears so you can hear properly. Make sure you get all the debris out of your nostrils so when a dude coming your way or when something is coming your way, you can smell it afar off. You can smell, hey, something ain't right about that dude. Something ain't right about that chick right there. Something ain't right. It's just something is not right. And so that there is it's a certain smell when you have the correct sense of smell, that same thing how hounds and dog, like they could smell, they real sensitive in their smells. And so I'm here to tell you, clean your nostrils. Make sure you're smelling fresh. Make sure you clean your ears so that way you can hear clearly. Make sure you wipe the coal out your eye so that way you can see past your vision. Make sure that your third eye chakra is open and aligned. And so I'm here this morning. And the truth is that you can acquire any quality you want by acting as though you already have it. Did you hear me? I say you can acquire anything that you desire. You can acquire it by acting like you already have it. And so that means you're going to have to move in understanding. That means you're going to have to make sure that you realize that there is no one to change but yourself. That I look at everyone from a place of love, and I treat them how I want to be treated. And I forgive those by changing my assumptions towards them and creating them in a different image. I uplift those as though the love and the light that they truly are. And I create a miracle for those who cross my path. Did you hear me? I want to tell you to create the miracle for the person that crossed your path. Did you hear me? Can you hear me? I say create the miracle for the person that crosses your path. Make sure you creating the miracle for them. Because I promise you, what you do for others, yeah, the Creator will make sure that all people will do for you. And so I came by here this morning, YouTube, to tell you playing it safe gets you nowhere. Ooh-wee. I say when you want to sit here and play it safe, I know that you scared, and I can feel somebody have fear in their heart right now. And I can tell you this, operating in fear is false evidence appearing real. Did you hear me? I say it's false evidence appearing real. That's what the acronym of fear is. False evidence appearing real. But we have to make sure that we're not walking in fear, that we're going to walk in faith. We're going to walk in faith. We're going to walk in understanding. We're going to walk in comprehension. We're going to walk in the awareness of it all. And so I'm here this morning. I know I ain't talked to y'all minds in a while. And I'm here, and I've been called since October 15th, 2022 to speak into the mind of the people. And I've been called to do this. And tomorrow will make my 2nd year anniversary of me speaking into your mind. And I'm glad to be able to do this to y'all. You know what I'm saying? As a psychologist, as a therapist, as a coach, as a mentor, as a counselor. Yeah, I have the ability and the agility to speak into your mind. I have the credentials to be your person of understanding, of enlightenment, of encouragement. So I'm here to encourage every individual under the sound of my voice. Be the best you can be. Did you hear me? I say you might as well YouTube. Did you hear me? Hey, Facebook family and friends, what's good with you, boy? All right, soldier, I see y'all coming in. Yeah, y'all come on up and through here. Because you know it's power on this side. It's an energy cord by which you can tap into that will catapult and propel you into a new dimension of thought, new dimension of conscientiousness, a new dimension of awareness. Make sure that you understand who you are when you look in the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Ooh, y'all remember that session right there? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah. Y'all know I bring it full circle. Come on now. You might as well do it. Did you hear me? You might as well do it. Ain't no reason not to. There's no reason not to do it. You have what it takes to do it. You just got to trust yourself in order to move accordingly. Did you hear me? I say you got to trust yourself. A lot of people don't even trust themselves. A lot of people don't even trust their movement. A lot of individuals don't even trust their thoughts, trust their mind, trust their consciousness, trust their ability, trust their agility. Come on now, you got to do it, man. We can't sit by here and wait on people to come and do it for us. You got to do it for yourself. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, to tell yourself, I am moving closer to my dreams. Ooh-wee. You got to say that for yourself. I can't say it for you, and you can't say it for me, YouTube. Hey, YouTube, you can't say it for me. Baby boy, baby girl, y'all can't say that for me. I am moving closer to my dreams. That's an affirmation. Did you hear me? You got to say that for yourself. I am moving closer to my dreams. Ooh-wee. And some things you're going to have to shed as you move closer to your dreams. You're not going to be able to take everything and everybody with you. As you move closer to your dreams, sometimes I believe that moving closer to your dreams will cause you to be isolated. Did you hear me? I say moving closer to your dreams, ma'am, sometimes might cause you to be isolated. You're incubated. How about that? You might have to be incubated. In an incubation chamber, you're going to be in there by yourself. You might have to be incubated as you move toward isolation. Yeah, and as you isolate, and as you incubate, and as you start preparing your mind for greatness, and as you prepare your mind for the brand new dreams and the brand new ability that you have now. You know what I'm saying? What I'm discovering about people, sometimes people be locked up in their minds. They out here in the free world, but they locked up. You heard me? I say sometimes in this thing called life, I done discovered that some people can be in the free world and still in bondage in their minds. And so I'm here this morning as your thought provoker, right? I'm here to provoke thought, cause your thoughts to shift into a new era, a new aura. So when you build your positive mental attitude up higher, right? And when you become aware of every thought that happens in your mind, when you become aware of it, and every time you think a thought, you better make sure it's alkaline. Did you hear me? I say every time you think a thought, make sure that it's from the alkaline side of consciousness. That's the top side of the hourglass, because it's the era by which we live is the hourglass era. Welcome to the hourglass era. Did you hear me? I say welcome to the hourglass era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. Every morning, Monday through Thursday at the 9 o'clock hour, I'm on speaking into your mind, because I want you to understand that there's power in your thoughts. And every time you think a thought, make sure it's on the positive side of the hourglass, because the top side got to be positivity. The bottom side got to be negativity. Did you hear me? I say the top side got to be alkalinic. The bottom side has to be acidic. Down where the acidity is death, destruction, and dis-ease. At the top side of the hourglass is where health, wellness, and well-being reside. And that's where we want to be, on the health, wellness, and well-being side. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning. I'm vastly approaching my 2nd year anniversary as of tomorrow, October 15th, 2024 will be the second year that I have been on live Monday through Thursday at the 9 o'clock hour to speak into your mind. And so I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I am your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor, and don't ever get that twisted. Even though I'm laying back on the couch of life. Did you hear me? I say, even though I'm laying back on the couch of life right now myself, sometimes in this thing called life, you're going to have to lay back on the couch of life for yourself and make sure that your inner man, make sure that your inner work supersedes your external work. Did you hear me? I say, make sure that your inner work supersedes your external work, because the inner work is what's going to take you to the new realm. Did you hear me? I say the inner work is going to be the one that take you to the new dimension. You ain't going to have the ability to stay back on that out and then stay back on the outside of life and then act like you're going to get the best results. You're going to have to want to do it the right way and do it from the inside out. You're wealthy from the inside out, sir. Hey, sir, amen. You're wealthy from the inside out. Your wealth don't come from the outside in. It comes from the inside out. And so I'm sitting back here in life, right? Doing my kickback, making sure that I have everything I need every time I need it. Making sure that my mind is appropriate and focused on the right thing. Making sure that your thoughts are cognitive and make sure your thoughts are aware. When you walk in conscious thoughts, understanding that your true value is the inside of where you are. Did you hear me? I say your true value, ooh-wee. Do your thing now. Your true value is from the inside out. Did you hear me? I know some people want to make their jobs their value. I know sometimes people want to make their careers their value. I know that sometimes you ask them, who are you? And they'll tell you about what they do. You see that? I say sometimes in this thing called life, you'll ask a person, who are you? And they'll tell you what they do. They'll tell you, oh, I'm a surgeon. Now I said, who are you? Not what your occupation is, my brother. Did you hear me? I said, I want to know who you are. What do you do? How are you impactful in the earth? Are you impacting the mind of the people? Or you just patching them up and sending them on their way? Huh? Sometimes you're going to have to do your kickback, y'all. You see how I'm laying back on this couch right now, doing a kickback? Sometimes in this thing called life, you're going to have to do your own kickback. Make sure that you're doing the kickback to sustain yourself, sustain your ability and your agility. Yeah. It's a beautiful space to be, y'all. When you know who you are and whose you are, then you can walk according to the power that works within you. You ain't got to be flogging and faking out here when you real. When you're a whole real person, yeah. So y'all know I'll close my eyes and speak into your mind. Did you hear me? I say I'll close my eyes and speak into your mind and ask you to take a deep breath. Breathe through the process. Because once you come on the other side of the process, if you haven't breathed through it, then guess what you're going to be? You're going to be lethargic, man. Hey, sir, you're going to be lethargic. Hey, cuzzos in the earth. You're going to be lethargic, nieces and nephews, aunties and uncles. I talk to every individual in this earth right now. I'm telling you, you'll be lethargic if you don't breathe through the process. Ooh-wee. And so I'm here to tell you this morning, I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought-provoking specialist. I am your health-conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. Even with my eyes closed and this lab jacket on, I can tell you one thing: we got to go deeper into the depths of our thoughts. We're going to have to go deeper into the depths of our mind, because your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Did you hear me? I say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Your mind is going to cause you to create. You got to create through your mind, sir. Amen. You're going to have to create through your mind. Your thoughts is what sweetens the whole thing called life, right? Y'all know I'm writing this book called Out the Gate with the Lemon. And so as I come out the gate, I came out the gate with the lemon of life, right? And we all have lemons, man. Sir, don't you? Hey, I see y'all on here. Hey, thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. We all have lemons of life, right? I'm sitting back on the couch of life right now. Restoring, rejuvenating. You're going to have to restore, get your restoration in, and your relaxation, and your rejuvenation. You're going to have to rejuvenate in this thing called life, because it's going to have some ups and downs. You're going to have some trials and tribulations, man. Keep living. All I'm asking you to do is keep breathing every morning. Keep throwing. Do not throw in the towel. The only thing that I'm going to require from you, man, hey, sir, the only thing that I require from you is not to give up. That's the only thing I'm requiring. Don't you throw in that towel. Don't you throw it in. I'm going to throw it back at you and tell you to get up and live. Live life according to your own standards, your own will, your own way. Because guess what? At the end of it all, none of us will get out of here alive. Did you hear me? I say at the end of all this thing called life, and we talking about life curriculum, I'm letting you know now, none of us will get out of here alive. Every one of us that's alive right now must transition. And so you might as well live until that day happens, sir. Man, you might as well go ahead on and live till that day happens. Who would ever think right now I'll be 57 years old? Ooh-wee. I say, who would ever think at this moment, as I lay back on the couch of life, right? Who would ever think that I would make it to 57? I got 3 years before I hit the 60-yard line. I believe that I'll make it. And I believe I'm going to set my intentions to where I can make sure that everybody around me is good while I do it. Did you hear me? I said, I'll make sure as I walk through this life's journey, as I walk through the curriculum of life. This is a curriculum that all of us got to walk through. Did you hear me? Hey, YouTube, did you hear me? Facebook, family, and friends, are you listening to me? I'm telling you right now, there's a life's curriculum, and everybody have their own curriculum of life that they must do. Just like your fingerprint is different from mine, sir. Hey, sir, your fingerprint different from mine, my brother. Hey, cuzzo, your fingerprint different from mine. How you expect for my stuff to look like yours and yours to look like mine? We all different in this thing called life. And we all got to walk out our own life's curriculum from a different perspective. I don't believe that there's any wrong or right. I believe that it's all based on perspective and subjectivity. And so if it's all good for you, guess what? It might as well be all good for you. Because what's good for you might not be good for me. We all different. You understand? And so I'm here this morning to shed light on life. As a 57-year-old man, I can show you something about how to live out there in this thing called life. I done been there and done that, sir. Sir, amen. I done been there and done that, and I'm not proud of it. Did you hear me? I say I've been there and done that. I done been to both state and federal penitentiary. But look at me now. Who would ever think that I'll be a therapist or a psychologist or a mentor or a counselor or a coach? I can coach you through this thing called life, I bet you that. Because I've been there and done it, I done lived it. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought provoker. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thought, sir. Ma'am, I'm only here to provoke your thoughts and cause you to do the mindset shift. You can't be the same person you was in 2019. This is 2024, and we're on our way to 2025. You better have a plan. Did you hear me? I said you better have a plan, and you better plan your work and then work your plan, sir. As I lay back on this couch and with my eyes closed, but my eye open. Did you hear me? I say I lay back on this couch with my eyes closed. I'm talking about the physical eye, but my spiritual eye is open. You better have your third eye chakra got to be open and alive. In order to get to this new realm, in order to get to this new dimension, you better be open and alive. Did you hear me? And you better be preparing your mind and your mindset shift. We can't be lackadaisical right now. This is not the time to be lackadaisical. 2025 is vastly approaching, and that's the year of abundance. And so I laid back. I close my eyes. I meditate. I bring awareness to where I am in the present moment. I take my breaths. I breathe through the process. Did you hear me? YouTube. Hey, YouTube, are you listening? Facebook family and friends, are you hearing me? You better hear me outside of your auditory ear. I'm talking about listen from the ears of your heart, man. Listen from the ears of your understanding and your mindset. Listen from those ears. You got more than those two ears on the side of your head. You got ears in your heart. You got ears in your eyes. You got ears in your thoughts. You got to listen to them extremely well. They save lives. Ooh, my life was saved because I heard a sound. And I'm here to tell you that there's sounds in the earth that will shift you into a new realm and a new dimension. And so I bring those sounds to y'all as I do my kickback. As I do my kickback and my makeshift session. In my makeshift coaching session, I do a kickback. And I want y'all to kick back with me as I take y'all on this journey of life. As I take y'all on a journey, on this odyssey. I'm taking you with me. I'm going to speak into your mind all over this country. Ooh-wee. Did you hear me, sir? Hey, ma'am, do you hear me? Hey, cousins in the earth, do you hear me? Nieces and nephews in this earth, you better be listening. Aunties and uncles, you better understand the process. Moms and dads, fathers and sons, kings and queens. Ooh-wee. All right, king, let's move out, baby. Baby boy, let's move, king. You got to move, sir. Hey, queens, you got to move out. You can't stay where you are in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And the thoughts that you had, those same keys that unlocked doors in 2022 is not the same keys that you're going to have to use in 2025. There's new keys to new locks in 2025, sir. You cannot stay with a key that unlocked the door in 2023. Did you hear me? You're going to have to move. And I'm here with y'all. We all going to move into a new realm of understanding, a new realm of conscientiousness,